Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well YouTube, as you might be able to tell, there's a lot going on and a lot different down here. My daughter and my son have actually bought a place, and no longer is my daughter going to be living down here, so everything that was in the basement has changed. But I did use the sink cabinet here in their place. So I'm going to put this video up, but things have definitely changed. But I thought it was a kind of good video to show you how to make something work if you happen to get a good deal on some cabinets. And if you want to see how it's turned out and how we're using it, go check out my playlist and go to the Kids Place videos. And in there, I have all kinds of videos that it's probably in. Well, I know it's in several videos anyway. And I don't know if I did a specific kitchen one or not. And we have yet to finish everything up completely, so I will be having some videos coming down the pike. There's Allie, our new puppy. Without further ado, here's a video on how to use some old cupboards, put them together, and you can, like I said, go check out those videos and see how it ended up in the end. Well, we got the first cupboard in here. Well, it's not in. We got it inside. And there's a few things wrong with these things. First of all, a little backstory. We got these off Craigslist. We got the whole set of them for, I don't remember how much we paid, but it was a really good deal for a set. Unfortunately, the first one I need to kind of put in to base everything off of, because I want this directly underneath this window here, is the roughest one out of all of them. The problem I'm encountering is that this is, yet again, it was already kind of pulled apart and now it's kind of swelled up, and this is just too tight to go over the top of this. So what I'm going to have to do is take some sandpaper and sand that all the way down best I can. We'll see how it goes. As you gathered, probably from if you've watched any of my woodworking videos, you know I'm absolutely no professional woodworker. I grabbed some white glue, it's wood glue, Harbor Freight, a couple bucks, so I happened to be there and I decided to grab that. And I am going to try and stuff some of that down in there and hope for the best. So far not a very good start for the Harbor Freight glue. We couldn't get it to come out of the cap, so I just kind of popped the whole top off of there. Of course, my first glue up on YouTube went to crap, and my battery died in the middle here. So I got the strap on. I don't want to pull too tight or I'm afraid I'm going to bust these bottom pieces are kind of coming in a bit. But I'm going to go ahead, and I cracked it over here, so I'm going to probably have to do something there. But right now I'm going to do some drilling and screwing and just put some screws in this thing. This is the side. You aren't going to be able to see it. It's going to have cabinets on both sides. So quite honestly, I don't care about perfection here. I'm just trying to make it fairly solid. Next time these things come out, they will probably definitely be destroyed anyway. This corner is pretty good. I'm still going to put a couple of screws in here. I'm going to sturdy up this corner even more since it's already pretty sturdy. And then this one's a long way out. Like, it needs a lot of work, so we'll work on that next after I get this one shored up. We're working on the bottom in case you haven't figured that one out yet. Hollow piece of plastic that they put those in. And since this one's already on here pretty good, I'm going to actually just do one in the middle of this one. Well, that's a bummer. That'll hold it. Okay, now this one is going to be the harder one. In fact, yeah, I should be able to push that in there. Well, I'll start with the top one here because that one kind of pushed out a little bit. I don't know how great this is going to hold. I'm going to have to definitely do something to pull that together better. And I went and cut some 45-degree angle blocks. I'm going to stick those in there. They're not perfect. Well, they're better than the corner here is the problem. But that should, I'm going to bring it down a little bit. That should give it a pretty good hook together there. Once again, not show quality. Sure, just like the factory did it. Alright, well, we'll pull that off of there. Somewhere in there is where it should be. And here's this piece that I put on there before, and there's a groove. Wow. There's a groove right here that this goes into. It'll put it all together. It's a little bit broke right here, so we're going to have to do a little bit of fang-dangling. I'm going to just drill through here and put some screws on the side here. This side's broke all out, but I think if I put a couple screws in here it'll be good. And I'm going to make sure that that's flush with the top here, and then I'm going to have to kind of push this up in here a little bit more. Yep, the other side. And in these corners I got these plastic things stapled in, although this one's not stapled at all. This one's pretty solid, so I may replace that one too. But I have some of these little blocks again. These are smaller ones that actually came off of some offcuts of something. I'm going to stick those in each one of these corners and go ahead and put some screws in there as well. Similar as what I did on the bottom, so I'm not going to film that. Alright, now those are in, and I also took and found a couple of smaller screws and just screwed that one in there because I don't want to be drilling into the front of this, so whatever I do, it has to be surfaced from the back, or secured from the back, and so I'm just going to leave those the way they were, and we'll hit the bottom now. Many of you people that know all about this stuff may have realized I put this on backwards, and this fell off, and I assumed it would go on the inside, but as you can see sitting down here it sticks up too much. It's actually supposed to go on the outside, but since it fell off and I don't really care what it looks like underneath the sink, I'm going to take that, put it on there, and put some screws in this side, and then this side here needs to come over a little bit, but we'll make her work. It's coming together. It's getting more solid each time I put a screw in it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's just more drilling and screwing, and we'll get this thing together. Alright, well, we got the back on. I screwed some screws there, a couple on the sides. It's not perfect, like the rest of it. And I also, you can't hardly see that one, but I put a couple more blocks in there and ran out of my green board, so I had to cut another board. So anyway, put the blocks in there, so hopefully that'll kind of sturdy things up some more. Now it's time to flip it over. Well, there it is in all its glory, and kind of where it's supposed to be, underneath the window there. It feels fairly sturdy. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm definitely going to have a couple of 2x4 studs I'll be able to drill into. It's sitting actually close to level. It needs to come up a little bit in the front, and I don't remember, it needs to come a little bit one way or the other. But until I get all the cabinetry in here and kind of sitting where it needs to be. On both sides, right here and here, this one's actually a little bit cocked. I might actually take my pocket hole device and shoot a pocket in there and screw this so it comes back together. We'll see how things go, like I said, as time goes on. But anyway, these pieces are filler pieces here and here, and so therefore we're sticking out a good that far on each side where the sides aren't going to be touching or showing or anything. And then these will be cut to whatever size they need to match up to what's going next to it. So this gives you that extra little bit. So that's why I wasn't too worried about how the sides were a little bit one way or the other or sticking out. It doesn't really matter. These sides are just here to hold the top up. They're not going to be seen, and it's not a showpiece yet again. So, well, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully you got something out of it, and hopefully you'll go check out my Kids Place videos to see how it turned out. Thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one. Cat's gonna join in too.